See, when it comes to Advantage Plus shopping campaign, I have mixed feeling. I mean, basically anything that is Advantage Plus, Meta is promising that it's going to help you get better results with all this AI learning and stuff. So yeah, but having said that, Advantage Plus shopping campaign was launched in 2023. Okay. In the first year, it was sucky. Even at the beginning of 2024, I had the opportunity to test it with some clients. We were not getting results. I mean, not good results, to be frank, until towards the second half of 2024. Then that was the time we started to see really interesting results coming in. And eventually up to now in 2025, as we are making this video, it's a lot more stable and it's a lot more powerful right now. And I would definitely recommend for us to look into that. But before that, I would like to quickly just wrap up about what are the things that we're going to cover in this little training about Advantage Plus shopping campaign. We're going to call it ASC moving forward, or Advantage Plus campaign. Okay, the whole idea here is we want to cover as much as we can, as much as we can from what I know about Advantage Plus shopping campaign to help you understand and master these two. So I'm going to talk about the key features of Advantage Plus shopping campaign, that's for sure. We're going to dive through all the so-called explanation coming from Meta and all that. These are the official explanation about that. I wanted to bring in my learning from my blueprint exam, but it's a lot more complicated. I guess we just go through whatever Meta is telling us on the front end, and we try to interpret the key features from there. And then after that, I'm going to share with you two types. In fact, interestingly, there are two versions, at least. I'm not saying the two types of two versions. Yeah, you can say that. There are two types of ASC campaign. And I'm going to show you both of them. And I'm going to walk through the setup so that we understand what are the tools and key features that we can take advantage on these campaigns. Okay. And then I would like to bust some of the ASC myths that a lot of people talk about, that, oh, you got to do this that way, you got to do this way. Even Meta was telling us some really important things, that you got to have X number of ads in there. Otherwise, it's not going to optimize. And based on my experiment, it may not be the case. And I would like to share with you all the key learning that I've gained. All right. And then I will share with you an Advantage Plus shopping campaign strategy that converts. We have been using this for a while now. It's implemented in a lot of my clients' campaigns, and we are seeing really, really good results. And I want you to take advantage on what you learned today to implement in your campaigns or your client's campaign, so that you can start seeing meaningful results coming in from there. Okay, now let's go through this. Now, Advantage Plus shopping campaign. When you try to Google this, it will come out with a business help center. This is official article coming from Meta. Let's talk about this. First, it says, Advantage Plus shopping campaign is part of Meta's Advantage Plus products, which leverage machine learning to help you reach valuable audiences. Now, the key here is it's machine learning and to help you reach valuable audiences. Now, here's the thing. Valuable audiences to your business. Meaning, if you have a new e-commerce website, it may take a while for Meta to learn about your business to be able to find valuable audiences for your business. It's not really the universal valuable, because people who buy this may not be buying yours. People who buy A may not be buying B. So what you are really selling, whether it's product or services, is really the key that you have to brew, and you have to really run ads enough to tell Meta about the people that are valuable to you. So that's the key. So there will be less setup time and greater efficiency. And Advantage Plus shopping campaign is designed to be the most efficient solution for performance-focused advertisers looking to drive online sales. So Advantage Plus shopping campaign is meant for sales. So if you're trying to run lead gen, it's not meant for you. So basically, for some of my clients, they already have this Advantage Plus lead campaign. Some of you may already have it, some of you may not. Now, we tried that. I think it was just rolled out a few months ago. It sucks at the moment as we are making this video. So I'll actually update you from time to time whenever I see it's doing great. And when I learn enough, I will do another training like this to help you learn. So basically, it's about sales, all right? It's about things that would transact online, meaning you need to have an e-commerce website, and such in order to really optimize. And like I mentioned just now, if you have a new e-commerce website, you may want to start running ads a little bit to warm it up, to train the pixel. We call it training the pixel for that, to get enough data to feed back into Meta about the people that you want. So that's the key. So continue. In comparison to manual sales campaigns, Advantage Plus shopping campaigns require fewer inputs. Yeah, I mean, in a way, it says require fewer inputs. In my terminology, I would say that you have less control. Make sense? Because you can't do a lot of things in there, if it makes sense. During campaign creation, simplify audience options and streamline the creative management process. This removes the need to run many campaigns. Now, this is something that I would like to put, pause there, saying that, well, whatever they say, yes, when you set this up, because what Meta is trying to get us to do is let's throw in as many ads as possible in there. But the problem about that is it may not be optimized. I mean, as in like for all ads, as in not all ads are going to get the equal budget, that's for sure. And according to Meta, they're going to push more budget into the one that are performing better. But based on my observation, it may not be the case. It may not be the case. So a lot of ads that are more expensive are getting more budget, which is common. So basically, you need to really observe. And based on my recent observation, when you have, let's say, more than 20 ads, let's say 10, 20 ads in Advantage Plus shopping campaign, when you have that many moving parts in the campaign, it becomes more complicated because when we do certain adjustment, like for example, my client of mine a while ago, he increased the budget for a really high performing Advantage Plus shopping campaign, and it killed the campaign just by increasing the budget by 10%, I think, 10 to 15%. It actually killed the campaign. Literally, it became like totally, the cost went double and a lot of things. Why? I think we were trying to figure out why, but we couldn't really pinpoint. One of the main possibility that I kind of like diagnosed would be the ad started to go into the wrong direction, because when a campaign that has a lot of moving parts or a lot of variables in it, it can be affected by anything, and it's very difficult to find. So sometimes simplified, in a way, simplicity may be a really important thing to maintain when it comes to a campaign. I will talk about that in a bit later on. But without the need to run many campaigns may not be really the best performance over here. That's what I want to highlight. With varying targeting and creative setups, gives our system more opportunities to reach people likely to purchase your product. So yeah, it's really reach more people, for the system to be able to reach more people likely to purchase your product. So it's all about sales, right? So using Advantage Plus shopping campaign, you can first streamline performance goal to achieve highest performance from our marketing solutions. Now, if you dig deeper, Advantage Plus shopping campaign allows you to optimize for maximum conversion or maximize value. So this is a little bit technical in that, meaning you can actually tell Meta that I do not just want to get sales. I want to get people who buy a lot, or, optimize for sales value. That's really something that is possible, but it takes some time. So combine prospecting and existing customer audiences under the one campaign. So they are saying that when you're running Advantage Plus shopping campaign, it covers top of funnel, which is cold audience targeting. At the same time, it covers for the retargeting as well. So this is really something I want to actually kind of look at that as well, because this may not be the best practice. But having said that, theoretically, when you set up an Advantage Plus shopping campaign, it is a combined campaign that, reaches. But the newer version of the Advantage Plus shopping campaign, which I'm going to show you in a bit, has different control that you can apply. So yeah, and with personalized products from your catalog, use Advantage Plus Creative to select optimization, including Advantage Plus Creative or catalog, blah, blah, blah. So Advantage Plus Creative. So basically, in order to qualify as an Advantage Plus shopping campaign, you want to really just give up everything to Meta. And Advantage Plus means you are allowing Meta to do whatever optimization they deem fit to, maybe changing your creative format, combining them, turning them into videos, and etc., to help you achieve better results. So that's the whole idea of, Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So use machine learning to identify and aim for your highest value customers. That's what I mentioned just now. When you're running Advantage Plus shopping campaign, you can optimize for highest value, purchase value. So across all Meta family of apps and services with minimal input, simplify campaign setup and management by running fewer campaigns without the need to adjust and refresh. That's what it was meant to be. And yeah, fewer campaign. They keep on saying that you can have fewer campaign, you can have lower, fewer adjustment or refresh and all that. So yeah, here's the thing. Automatically test up to 150 creative combination, meaning that when you throw everything in it, they would test up to 150 variations. They would just change the format, combining into a different thing, like creating even, out of the blue, creating some new ad that you have never seen before, maybe yourself, to hope to deliver the highest performing ads. So it's really important for you to really understand that when you're running Advantage Plus campaign, if you go through the recommended setup over here where you follow Meta's optimization and saying that you throw 10 to 20 ads in it, you really need to find a way, which I would share with you how, using breakdown to really track which ad is performing better. And maybe from time to time, you should consider eliminating some of them that are not performing as well. So I wouldn't say that running ads would in a way require fewer adjustment or interference. We still need to know what to touch. Yes, we do not want to make decision based on gut feeling, but we need to know what's really happening in our campaign so that we are able to make informed decisions. That's the whole idea. All right. So it's meant to deliver you your highest performance ad variation to the highest value shoppers. You see, that's a big promise. Highest performance ad variation, meaning after they created 150 variation, for example, they'll find the best performing one and push it to the highest value shoppers. That's a big, really big promise there. So basically, this is what Advantage Plus shopping campaign is meant to be. So they try to do this. And then what I really want to highlight here is I want to walk through with you how do we create an Advantage Plus shopping campaign. What are the key elements that we should understand and look into and know how to use it right, and basically to be able to make the most out of it. So let's get into it. So this is the first, this is the original version of Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So when you go into it, you create an object, you create a campaign, select objective, you go for, sales, all right? Then you should be able to just opt for Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So when you go for Advantage Plus shopping campaign, this is how the setup looks like. So here, as you can see on the left sidebar, you have only two layers. So basically they combine campaign and ad sets together. So as you can see here, this is where you name the campaign, and then you have all these catalog sales, promoted products, location, audience targeting, blah, 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 all in here. Then the next step will be the ad creative. Now, let's go through this from the very beginning. So yeah, so basically the setup is very similar to normal setup. The only thing that is different here is whether you want to go for, just look for the words Advantage Plus. So these are the key areas that they combine things and make things simplified and streamlined to make sure that, or to take away certain control. Like, for example, you have this opportunity whether to turn it on as a catalog ad or turn off as the catalog ad. So what's the difference here? Okay, the difference is if you turn on as a catalog ad, come on, what's going on? So if you turn on as a catalog ad, your ad is attached to the catalog, meaning, when it comes to the e-commerce, the catalog, you understand that this is actually pulling from your store data, your database, or your, what do we call, your SKU, your product base, all right? So the ad would be, Meta will be able to create ads from your product images as well. So that's the whole idea. Yeah, okay, now here we go. So basically the difference between Advantage Plus catalog ad is whether or not it's attached to the catalog. So you can choose to turn it off. That's the whole idea. You can choose to turn it off. When you turn off, meaning you're able to set ad individually to individual products without tying to the catalog. That means you can have a lot more in a way. Tied to the catalog means, it's tied to the catalog. You can leverage on the features like, instant experience and all that to combine or to make the so-called the browsing experience richer. But if you're selling something that is more simplified, or you only have one SKU, connecting to the catalog may be something that is quite troublesome. Like some of my clients who are selling only one product, tied to the catalog means some ads may not be able to run because they only have one SKU. And in order to optimize for catalog, you need to have 4, let's say, for example, if you want to go for instant experience, you need to have 4 products in one product set in order to run. So that's the problem about catalog, whether you want to go for or not to go for. So it really depends on your product need. So having said that, right, if you're selling single product, can you go for Advantage Plus shopping campaign? The answer is absolute yes, because as long as it sells, we're able to track the transaction and we are able to track the value of the transaction. It falls under online sales. So that's the whole idea here. So when you got to choose whether you want to go for that or not. So if you do not want to opt for optimize for catalog, then you're able to kind of choose the conversion location, whether you want to go for website and shop, website and website app. So these are all depends. Okay, so you need to understand what is the like the situation for the business that we're dealing with right now. So if you go for product catalog, then you need to choose a product set to promote. So that's usually, and when you choose a product set here, this is the product set that you are promoting. Meaning, let's say, for example, here's the key, this is where things get interesting. If you are trying to promote different categories, let's say if you are in e-commerce, and then you are, let's say, in women's fashion. So you have dress, you have accessories, you have maybe shorts, you have skirt, different categories, jewelry, for example. You want to use different category as a front end ad to reach new people, because people who are interested in jewelry may not be interested in the accessories. So different ad would appear to different group of people. So it's beneficial sometimes. In fact, it's definitely beneficial if you're running an e-commerce. You want to try different front-end ads using different hooks, using different categories or offers to reach the new audience to try to bring them in. So for this case, right, sometimes Advantage Plus may not work perfect for us because we know that we want to. So basically, if you're going for promoted product, if you have multiple products, let's say you have 3 categories like I mentioned, or 5 categories, you will need to have 5 different Advantage Plus campaign, Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So that's the thing about, the complexity over here. So do we really have a streamlined one? Well, not every business is as ideal or as simple as Meta believe it is or Meta think it is. So we need to know what's our current situation right now and what will be the best option for us to go forward. All right. So you got to choose the product that you want to promote. Let's say we are going for accessories, or we are going for bracelets or whatever. I'm not sure which clients product are here. So anyway, so it's up to you. So you got to know what are you promoting. And then basically, when it comes to Advantage Plus, a shopping campaign, you won't be able to target, you are able to target region. Let's say, for example, if you are in Malaysia, I'm trying to go for, let's say, Penang, for example, you are still able to pinpoint to specific location. So as you know that earlier version, you are only allowed to focus on country, but now you are able to go into region. So let's say if you're targeting Penang and you're targeting Selangor, for example, this is all in Malaysia. So for those who are not familiar, pardon me. So this is just, locations that we are trying to select. And yeah, you can select multiple locations in your audience targeting. And the next thing is, in fact, there is not much over here. This is the older version. Wait, I'm going to tell you what's the newer version. But anyway, so you're not able to exclude location. And then that's it. You don't have much options over here. So where is the age? How come it's not allowing us to do age? So basically for certain version, obviously this is not it. You're able to choose the starting age from 18 to 25. In most countries, in Indonesia, you have to start from 21. Yeah, but in other countries, I think you can select between 18 to 25, but you won't be able to target, let's say, if you want to run a campaign that targets people who are aged 30 and above, you won't be able to do that. You don't have the option for that. Okay, so that's really something that you have to understand, right? So audience segment is here. So you have either go for the daily budget or, like the lifetime budget, and you choose, and basically, that's it. This is the ad scheduling, and it seems like you have no other option. So let's say maybe I just turn this off and see how it goes, since you're playing here, right? So when you go for non-catalog, let's say if I go for a website, and I'll be optimizing for conversion. So this is where we need to still match to a data set. You got to match to a pixel anyway. So even if you're not running catalog, it still had to, of course, everything has to connect. But if you are using catalog, means the catalog itself is connected to a pixel. So that's how they just leverage on it. Okay. Then we have the location, audience, blah, blah, blah. And that's it, you know? There is no option to optimize for placement. There is no options to optimize for further audience targeting. And there is no option to exclude people with this old version of Advantage Plus shopping campaign. Okay, so if you go on, you know, up to here, this is based on whatever you have. And then after that, they will ask you whether you want to import some of the best performing ads. If you have been running ads for a while, they will have some suggested ads at the bottom showing you that, oh, these are the better ones and all that. So if you check every one of them, and when you go next, you will import all the ads from their existing campaign into your Advantage Plus shopping campaign. So that's how it works. Okay, so it's pretty cool actually. In a way, this is how Advantage Plus shopping campaign is or were or yeah, right now. And then when you go next, how come I won't be able to go next? Yeah, then it will go into the ad level where, you see, that's the thing. If you go for carousel, I'm not going for carousel. Let me go for single image, for example. So that's, yeah, a lot more simpler. Why is this? Okay. I'm sorry for the hiccups. For some reason, Meta is a bit acting up today. Let's get into that. Yeah. So this is where you set up the ad. You know, this is pretty straightforward. It's the same as our usual ad setup, panel, or the interface. There might be certain differences here and there, but you know, the setup is pretty straightforward. So this is how you set up an Advantage Plus shopping campaign. And basically, what are the things that you can do over here? As you can see, Advantage Plus shopping campaign is very, very simple, and it's not complex and it's not complicated. And it's, in fact, sometimes I would say it's too simple and it takes away way too many so-called controls in the campaign setup. So that's the Advantage Plus. I wanted to bring it back here is because I have a deck for this. So there are actually at least two versions of Advantage Plus shopping campaign. I'm saying at least two versions of Advantage Plus shopping campaign. It is because, well, basically for Advantage Plus shopping campaign, the version that we saw just now, they are, based on what I know, my God, I think they are at least, well, three versions. Some has certain features, some don't, you know, so it's really, really quite interesting over there. But having said that, there are, aside from that, one is Advantage Plus shopping campaign. There is another ASC here that is called, let me bring this up. It's called Advantage Plus sales campaign. Yeah. So they're changing the name. Okay. Formerly called Advantage Plus shopping campaign. They are now called Advantage Plus sales campaign. Now, not all of you have this. Not all of you have this. Basically, some of the clients already have this, but some no. It's really something that is, I would think it was launched less than a couple of weeks ago, or if not less than a week ago. So that's really something that it's quite interesting, right? So yes, so this is what's happening. And let's get into the Advantage Plus sales campaign. All right. Oh, Hannah is saying the Advantage sales kill your campaign. And Jean say everything went haywire. Not necessarily haywire. It's just, like interesting time when, they're implementing new things here. So now this is an Advantage Plus sales campaign. So when you set up an Advantage Plus sales campaign, as you can see, they bring back the campaign, ad set, and ad segmentation. So it's really kind of like, hey, looks like you're going back to the older version. No. They say no. It's still Advantage Plus sales campaign, but now they're telling you that I'm giving you a score now. Whatever you're setting up, I'm telling you whether it's 100% Advantage Plus or not so 100% Advantage Plus. So let's go through this. Now, this is at the campaign level. So yeah, it's very similar to what we saw just now. I'm not going to talk about the special ad categories. I think you get it, right? This is not a meta ads training per se. This is just a walkthrough on the campaign features and all. And we are specifically talking about Advantage Plus sales campaign now. This is the another version. So you see, you can still change objective. This is quite interesting because previous version, when you go for Advantage Plus, it's gone, And then, yes, very similar. You still have the option whether you want to go for the catalog ads or not catalog ads. So you would have this option still. So yeah, you can have yeah, this is normal, whether you want to go for the campaign. So I'm going to safely go with the catalog version first. So you set your daily budget and here we go. So this is where you can bid for different things. Previous one, remember, it was whether you want to go for the conversion, but now you will have the option to go for highest volume or cost per result goal. And over here, you can actually go for bid cap. In fact, ROAS goal is supposed to be also something that is available, but for some reason, I don't have this in this account. So these are the options that will be made available in the Advantage Plus sales campaign. So you got to really understand what you want. So for what I know, the default one is definitely going for the highest volume because you want the most number of sales because that equals to the most number of revenue per se. But having said that, for some reason, if you want to go for the cost per result goal, you need to understand what it is. And if you want to go for big cap, it is what it is, and ROAS. So if you do not really know what you're doing, go back to the default setting will be the ideal one. So let's go for the highest volume per se. So if you have ROAS goal, now let me warn you about this. I think one of my clients tested this. It's not that effective. Why? If you want to go for ROAS goal, make sure that you have been running ads for a while and your ROAS has been pretty stable for the certain ad. So in that situation, you can switch it up and try to see whether this would get you more clients who are likely to purchase as much to hit your ROAS goal. So that's the idea here. Okay, then over here, let's ignore A/B split test. I am not a fan of it. So as you can see here, audience segment reporting, this is not available. And I'm not going to touch this because this is not something that I use a lot, but it's more for reporting breakdown based on your audience and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not that anal in terms of the audience that I'm targeting. So let's go to the next step, which is the ad set level. Am I going to the next? Yeah, as usual, it is going very slow. Here we go. Wait, why does it go to the ad level? Right, here you go. So this is the ad set level. So as we now, have the ad set control back, definitely we would expect more control. So here we go. So you need to define your conversion location. So this is something that is very tricky. For most businesses, you need to be sure that you want to go for, wow, seriously, it is supposed to have website only. But for this case, yes, yeah, you want to go for only single conversion location, which is on your website. Because this doesn't apply to Asian region because shop is no longer available in our part of the world. But if you are in countries like US that you still have shop, you may not want to optimize for website and shop. Why? Because Meta may run ads to get people to buy from your Facebook shop or Instagram shop where they apply crazy discounts on them without you knowing. So I have no idea whether they subsidize this stuff or what. Some of my clients did that, they say they got sales from shops, but I don't know. I mean, they say that it's weird. The whole experience is really crazy. So you may not want to optimize for this. So yeah, for our case, if you're running ads in Asian region or places that do not have shops, make sure you go for a website. Okay, and you can still define your performance goal. So over here, of course, you want to go for maximize number of conversion. So that's usually how we would set up a campaign over here. So you have other options which we do not touch. I mean, don't play with attribution settings unless you really know what you're doing, because frankly, this is the default setting is optimized for the best reporting that we're getting in the ads manager. Otherwise, your reporting will be messed. You may not even see your sales real numbers coming in because, yeah, it's not attributed to the campaign because of your definition over here. So be very careful, okay? So you go for the promoted products, yeah, because you're going for the catalog. This is the catalog version. We got to choose the product, and then we have the budget, and then you want to go for the ad set spending limit or not. I think, hang on, did we get a campaign budget level? I mean, did we set the budget at the campaign level? Let's see. Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, yes, I forgot. Yeah, for Advantage Plus sales campaign, actually applies to Advantage Plus lead campaign as well. And yeah, and even if you're trying to set up sales campaign using manual setup, Some of my clients no longer have ad set budget optimization. This is the case if you're going for Advantage Plus sales campaign that we are doing right now, the budget has to be set at the campaign level. So the question is, if I want to have, let's say, 3 different ad sets, each one has, I want to give each and every one of them equal budget. Let's say $5, $10 each for each. How am I supposed to do that? You can set your ad set budget spending limit. So when you check this, you can say that, oh, daily, let's say if you spend 50, you have 5 ad sets. You want to make sure that daily do not spend more than 10. So this is how you do the setting. You see, it's troublesome. Why? Because, yeah, if you do some adjustment here and there, you have to do this in a very manual way in there. But bear in mind, this is what it is going forward. You got to really understand what's in store for you. So if you want to do that, make sure you just adjust the budget over here. And then, of course, you have the option of whether you want to go for the top of funnel, which is find new audience, and retargeting. Now you see this is very e-commerce based already. So here, this is where you go for the location. You want to include by country or you want to include by region, which is possible. You know, you can do that. Now you can. And yeah, as usual, if you go for this, means it will reach more people beyond your targeting. So here it is. Now, when it comes to the age over here, you can only select between from 18 onwards or 25 onwards. So when you go for sales, you won't be able to do that. Something like, Jason, I only want to target people who are 30 to 40. Is it possible? No. No. So that's the thing about Advantage Plus sales campaign for now. And yeah, now you can do your custom audience exclusion. Aside from that, you can have exclude interaction here, meaning you want to target your co-audience from 18 and above in all these locations, and you want to exclude people who recently purchased. I mean, that's the simpler way. Otherwise, if you want to go for the advanced option, you can search for existing audience to be excluded. And of course, you can select more than one. So those are the things that you can do to kind of have a control in your campaign to make sure that you have, it is what it is. You see, here's the thing. From here, we can see that we are able to separate top of funnel Advantage Plus sales campaign and retargeting campaign now, because we're able to make sure that certain audiences, whether it's purchase audiences or people who have engaged with the ad or to do anything, we can separate now. We can definitely separate now. So yeah, back to Hannah's question, you need a separate ad set for prospecting and another. Yes, you are right. In fact, for all the campaign I do when it comes to e-commerce, we definitely separate. We will have one set of ads for top of funnel and another set of ads for retargeting. I'll talk about that a little bit if you're not familiar with that. It's really the key because the retargeting is going to help you get a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of sales, but a lot of revenue as compared to the amount that you're spending, because we have this 80-20% kind of thing. 80% goes into the top of funnel and 20% on the retargeting. Usually is that's the situation. But spending 20% on retargeting is going to get us a lot of results. That's going to balance up the overall ROAS and the performance. And it's really the key to the success of a lot of my e-commerce clients. So yeah, so this is where you can exclude based on the catalog interactions or your custom audience exclusion. And of course, they bring this back, in a way. So in a way, based on what I understand right now, Advantage Plus sales campaign is actually an upgraded version of our existing sales campaign. Just that they added a few things here and there, but you can still do your adjustment. So in a way, am I safe to say that the Advantage Plus shopping campaign has evolved, or has it go back to the older version? I'm not sure. But based on what I see with all this Advantage Plus sales campaign, it is kind of like back to the older version already. So yeah, you can choose whether you want to go for all device or specific devices like Android only, iOS only. Some of my clients are really making very good results out of this because they only sell, let's say, iPhone casings, for example. Yeah, so you can do your placement control, platform control, and everything. It's almost everything. So yeah, so there you go. We have all our control back. So yeah, so that's the next step or next version of Advantage Plus shopping campaign, which is now called Advantage Plus sales campaign. So Well, when it comes to the ad setup, is almost the same, and there is nothing much different over here. So yeah, so that brings us back to this thing. Now, I really want to go through a few Advantage Plus shopping campaign myths over here. Okay. Wait, we have Hannah asking, can you touch on the performance difference? Actually, like I say, the Advantage Plus sales campaign is fairly new. A lot of my clients are still at the Advantage Plus shopping campaign. I would say most of them. Yeah. And they're doing great. And the Advantage Plus sales campaign is something that we have not seen, to be frank, none of my clients have gone into that route yet at the moment. But I'm saying that if the Advantage Plus shopping campaign is doing great, I would probably just stick with that versions first, okay, before I go back to this. But having said that, when you say they don't work, there must be something. Like I say, we need to find out why they don't work. That's the beauty of it. Is it the ad creative? Is it the optimization? Is it before the ad, or is it the ad level problem, or is it after the ad problem? Meaning, is the landing page problem or whatnot? We need to analyze. So when you say don't work, I don't take it as an answer. I'm sorry. So I'm the kind of person, for Gene or whoever, who knows me, they've been working with me, I don't take a statement for an answer. I want to know why. So that's the reason why I'm inviting you to book a one-on-one audit by me. Let's try to find out. So that's the whole idea. Yeah. Then TC says sometimes when we do ads copy, you saw Facebook inform your campaign may have zero conversion is totally normal. We don't talk about that. You can watch my video. It's completely nonsense. Don't be bothered by all those things. TC. All right. Now let's come back to this. Let's come back to the Advantage Plus shopping campaign, or now Advantage Plus sales campaign. Right. Basically, a few things. All right. This is from Meta. If you go and learn from Meta Blueprint certification, there are a few versions. Some of them say you need to have at least 10 ads in it. And the one I read through, because I recently just completed my Blueprint recertification for buying or planning, I forgot. Yeah, so that forces us to really go through the, like to learn about Advantage Plus shopping again. In that learning material, it says you need to have at least 20 ads in it. I tried actually. Some of my clients tried. I wouldn't say that's bad per se, but here's the thing. One of my clients that I did mention just now, I think we had about like 15 ads in it, increased budget, it go bust. We have no idea. We couldn't find, so eventually, after analyzing a little bit, we realized that there is no identical issue that we noticed that was going wrong. So we had to kind of diagnose this as the ad is going into the wrong direction. So here's the key. When a campaign has gone into the wrong direction, meaning it started to learn from the wrong audience, because one thing we see very significant difference was CPM went significant lower. That may not be a good thing. Let's say we used to have $10 CPM, for example. Now it dropped to 5, which means it's 50%, it's 50% cheaper to reach our audience right now. Meaning with the same amount that we are spending, we reach a lot more audiences, and they brought our CTR to be dropped. CTR went dropping as well significantly, which means we had a lot of new audience coming in. They were affected by, I'm not sure what, but eventually we observed, the campaign started to bring in wrong audiences. And that is something that is very difficult to recover. So for that situation, we had no choice but to restart. So that's the thing. So some crazy thing. So if you ask me, Advantage Plus shopping campaign must have 10 to 20 ads is something that I would disagree with, at least for now. You see, you know why? Because let's put it this way. All of my clients that are having good results with Advantage Plus shopping campaign, they are having single ad campaign, meaning every single campaign only have one ad, because we want to make sure that every single winning ad continue to run at its optimum level with the budget that we want. Make sense? Let's say if I have 5 winning copies or 5 winning ads that are killing it, getting results all the way. So we just switch it. Yes, and it worked. One of my clients was having one ad that has 10x or 9 to 10x ROAS continuously. We've been seeing that kind of result for 2 to 3 months now, and it's killing it. Why would I want to switch it up to like 10x, 20x kind of nonsense? So yeah, so I would disagree. So if you ask me, should we have 10 to 20 ads in one? Well, you may do it because that's recommended by Meta, but for me, I would break them into every one of them because I want to know which ad really works best, and I want to be able to identify them. I want to be able to keep running them at the budget I want them to carry, and continue to get me good results all the way. So that's my whole idea. All right. Now, another thing, another myth here is, Meta would say that Advantage Plus shopping campaign is better than manual setup. Well, I wouldn't say. You see, it really depends on where are you. As in, like, if you're a new e-commerce campaign, going for Advantage Plus right away may not get you good results. This is what I observe. Simply because, okay, Meta do not understand what kind of audiences are going to bring you the most value for your website, because you have a new website, you have a new e-commerce store, and Meta hasn't learned enough about your business yet. So that should be a time where you want to go for manual setup, because you want to define your audience, because you do know what are the things that you are selling. You want to go for manual setup because you want to make sure that you're like really zooming into the people who are likely to purchase, at least with your whatever options you have to bring them in. That's how we start training the pixel anyway. So yeah, so if you are a new e-commerce store, you probably want to go for that. Now, another thing here is retargeting is not needed with ASC. Yeah, I heard this a lot. A lot of people say that I'm running Advantage Plus shopping campaign right now. It should take care of the top of funnel and retargeting. Now, based on my observation, it is not. Yes, they may be showing them a different version of them, a variation of them, to those people who actually, added to cart or visited your website but yet to purchase. But it's not optimized for retargeting, meaning when I say optimized for retargeting means we want to make sure that we show enough, we actually appear enough times, frequent enough to first make sure that we remind the audience about what we are selling or what they were looking at. Second is to influence them to buy within the conversion window for our product. So let's say if your conversion video is 7 days, you probably want to go for a campaign that sends that retarget your audience at least 5 to 8 times, appear in front of them 5 to 8 times within 7 days to be optimized. Retargeting needs to go for frequency. We need to go for high frequency for retargeting campaign. That's the key. So you really need to know what is, like for your situation right now. That's what brings us to our top of funnel and retargeting. We always have a top of funnel. So this is my, like my 2-step funnel. Basically, this is my Facebook ads funnel. So first we will have a top of funnel campaign, constantly going out to find new people. So that's where we have audience qualifier, like people who have engaged, view, click, purchase. We will not be showing them the ad again. Whatever you do here, whether you engage, view, click, purchase, you will not be seeing the first ad. But for those who are yet to purchase, you will start seeing the retargeting ad. But as long as you purchase, you will be excluded. Even if you don't purchase, after 7 days or 14 days, we stop chasing you. That's how we play the retargeting game. That's how we build an evergreen campaign. And that's how we actually get results. And this is the latest, this is a slightly more complex funnel that we are building for a lot of my clients. Like, for example, we will always have multiple top of funnel ads, not just one, but multiple. Like I mentioned just now, one is for jewelry, using all the jewelry ads to go out and catch people. The other one is dress. The other one is, like hats. The other one is maybe accessories, because people are attracted by different things. But all these are meaningful audiences. So you will bring them in, you go to the website. And then whether they buy or not, let's say they came to your website because of jewelry ads, for example. We want to tell them that, look, we still have other things like, we are also selling accessories. We are also selling women's fashion. We're also selling, like innerwear or whatever. This is how we make sure we optimize the journey. So we have multiple top of funnel, and we will observe, see which one works better, and we would, invest more, and we would expand. Let's say jewelry is doing great. I probably would create more jewelry ads to test, because it brings us the best audience coming in based on ROAS or whatever. There are a lot of analytic points for us to really make decision. So yeah, and of course, for some of my clients, we do have a long-term retargeting to remind those who have purchased from us. Like, I always like to use this example. One of my clients sells adult diapers. We have a super low budget, okay, targeting people who have purchased in the last 60 days, exclude last 45 days. Yeah. And the next one will be last 90 days, exclude 75 days. Those kind of short-term, long-term retargeting, but, it's meant for, the ad will be, it's time to restock, use this voucher to buy and restock and stuff like that. We are spending, I think, less than 5% of our total budget on it, and the conversion is crazy. So it really need to actually force back to the business model of your client or your business. and see how we can actually design and optimize strategy for your campaign. Remember, the whole idea here is we want to have a top of funnel, as this is really aiming for highest average ROAS, right? So as this is real number, the first line here is the result coming from the retargeting campaign. One of my clients was getting this kind of crazy result. But when you see 48 means we probably are spending maybe just $5, $10 a day, but the ROAS is crazy great. But the top of funnel was getting us, well, average okay ROAS at 7 something. But when we average up, we have better ROAS. We have 14x ROAS, which is actually pretty decent for my client. So that's how we play a strategy. That's how we build a strategy that has, a top of funnel. We don't expect the greatest ROAS, but at least to a certain level, it has to be satisfactory. And then we have a retargeting campaign that is, we are spending minimum, but even minimum, we can have a lot of ads in it. Like, this client of mine, we have got like 8 top of funnel and I think 10 retargeting campaign. Although small budget, but we have 10. We just give them the variation. We just want to make sure that, they keep seeing us and it works. So yeah, that's the importance of a strategy. So this is how we design a strategy. That's why I always like to emphasize, whether you're going for Advantage Plus shopping campaign or not, you really need to know how to design and optimize campaign strategy for your e-commerce business, because really, you cannot be just running ads and just depending on Meta to do his job for you. They are, in a way they're doing Meta is doing his job, but to a certain extent, you don't know what is working or what's not working. And that's the scariest part when it comes to e-commerce, when it comes to running ads on Meta. So you need to have a strategy. That's what I want to emphasize over here. So basically, it's about build and optimize. And yeah, that wraps our training. But just in case, if you want to know more, you want to work with me to design your Meta ad strategy, to implement it with you and all, you may scan this QR code. This will take you to my Meta ads optimization program, where you can schedule a one-on-one discussion and see whether we are a good fit to work together. So the way I work with my clients is very fluid. It's a monthly subscription. There is no contract. We can start with 1 month. If you like it, we continue. Otherwise, well, at least we learn from each other.